What's up, guys? Welcome to the Bold Podcast. I think that we're on episode 6 now. I have a new guest, Mariah. She's one of my besties. So again, with the Bold, we're going to be drawing questions out of here. A lot of different topics. If you have any kind of suggestions or questions that you want to have us ask, please send me an email. I'll drop the link below on that. So let's get started. Oh, God. Ooh, okay. If you wrote a book about your first heartbreak, what would the last sentence be?
Shit.
If you wrote a book, what would if you wrote a book about your first heartbreak, what would the last sentence be?
What the first thing that comes to mind? Never want to fucking talk to you.
Mine would be way more mean. I can get mean whenever I want to be.
Okay, what would yours be?
The beginning or the end?
Let's start at the end.
Okay, I think the end would probably have to say, my last heartbreak. Something about like, I'm stronger than I look, you didn't win. Watch me win now, or something like that. I don't even know.
Yeah.
There was a little haiku.
I was gonna say, because how old were you during your first heartbreak?
My first heartbreak. These might help. I think these are on. Yep. There we go. Okay, my first heartbreak. Probably I was 16 whenever we first got together, and then I was 19 whenever we broke up.
Okay.
So I was very young and naive. When we broke up, I was like bawling my eyes out. Okay, I caught this guy cheating, okay? I was bawling my eyes out. And he was begging me not to go, and then I was like, no, like I'm done at this point. Because we were already kind of broke up. This is gonna sound so bad.
That laid on me.
Because we were already kind of broke up, I was already seeing another guy with the same name as him, so it
Same name. Oh my god, you love
so
it.
he never did. But one time he did call while I was with the other guy. He's like, what are you doing right now? And I was like, nothing.
Oh my gosh. See, mine was a little different. My first heartbreak, I was literally 15. So I literally thought this man was going to be like my husband, the kid, like the dad for my kids. Like my whole world was shifting and over. He cheated on me too. With a girl I went to school with, and I already hated this girl.
Oh.
Literally, so every time I hear this name, I'm like, I don't like her. I don't like it. I don't like
Does it end in a Y?
Yes!
It always does.
A Y or an I.
And then every dude name that's worse starts with a J. I can't.
Yeah.
Justin.
Fuck you, Justin. No, I don't think I've ever been with a Justin, but I'll stay.
Count your blessings.
Justin.
If you're watching this, Justin, keep scrolling. Any Justin, geez.
Oh, now look at you. You just want to write him a note and be like, this is where I'm at now.
Well, I can't because he's dead.
Oh my god. You feel like a piece of shit. I'm so sorry, Justin.
It's really baffling. Like, if I could just dive into my whole life story and explain, like, what happened, you'd be like, holy shit.
You know what they say, though?
Oh, God.
Karma's a bitch.
Karma definitely was the bitch.
Wow. We're horrible.
Sometimes.
It's fine. Sometimes. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
think if I had to pick like a first sentence like to go with that, I think it would be like maybe like I never knew how blindsided I would be because love kind of got in the way of that.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy too whenever like I don't know, you always hear people say that like you never truly know like how bad you're being treated until because like whenever you're in like a relationship, you never truly know how bad you're being treated until you're like outside of that relationship.
Oh yeah.
Like everybody around you can tell you like this person isn't good for you and you're like, "No, like I love this person" until like you're out of the relationship and you start looking in and you're like, "Holy shit, like this was not okay."
Yeah, and I think that has a lot to do with like a lot of gaslighting too.
Gaslighting, yep.
Narcissism, yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah, and you never know until like you're out and you're like, oh,
yeah,
not normal.
Yeah, and then I got with somebody else and it was the same shit, and I was like, what the fuck did I learn? Nothing. What is happening?
Oh my god.
I didn't learn a damn thing.
Oh my god, I love it.
I'm nervous about drawing these all the time. Okay, weirdest food combinations you've eaten.
I'm picky with my food too. Everything. Food combinations. Are you like one of those people that like can't have their food touching on a plate?
Oh, I don't care. Thanksgiving meal.
It's like all mushed on there. See, I can't have things touching. So like if I have like bread, ugh.
Okay, now that's different. Like soggy bread, I'm good on that.
Oh god,
I'm good on that.
That's probably gonna be my meatball. So my mom used to make these like loaded meatball subs.
That sounds phenomenal.
Meatballs on bread.
I mean, it does get a little
mushy and soft.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it does. No, I couldn't do that.
No, for me. That ruined me of like any kind of like soggy bread. That's one of the things everyone.
You look at a Manhattan, you're like, nah.
Yeah, I can't have any dressings on my subs. Like, if anything is soggy on a bread consistency, it makes me gag. I cannot eat it.
I don't like to touch it, like with my fingers.
Yeah, let alone eat it. Or like soggy chips.
Ooh, that's no.
Like Taco Bell, whenever you get like their Nachos Bel Grande, I have to eat it right away.
Right then. Yeah. That's why I get something else if we're doing it to go when it comes to Taco Bell, because Nacho Bel Grande is my shit.
So good fried.
It is so good. Or at 2:00 in the morning when you're hammered.
Yeah. Oh, you don't even know what else is good at 2:00 when you're hammered? Alfredo made by Heather.
Oh my god, I forgot.
Oh, it was a weird.
I make a mean box mac and cheese.
Hell yeah, she does.
Oh, and seasoned potatoes too. Catch me on an episode of Chef Heather at 2 a.m.
I tell you what, that was probably the best. I don't know if it was because that was a combination of really drunk and yeah, that was the best Alfredo.
That was a good night. Man, I've made some bomb-ass pizza rolls too and did that Parmesan garlic.
We're going to have to do that next time.
I think next time I just need to go buy an air fryer too.
My air fryer just broke. Kayvon just broke my air fryer. I don't know.
Should have got the pizza roll going.
I know.
I will say though, another like good food joint at 2 a.m. like if you're out and about, Waffle House just slaps every time.
Really? I've never had Waffle House.
I went to Waffle House whenever I was going to the Blind Pig almost every day after work. That was where I met that older guy. So we would go to the Blind Pig whenever he got off work. And he got off work at like 3:00 in the morning. So we were like, he's like, hey, you want to go grab food? Yes, I do.
You went to the Blind Pig?
Yeah. Whenever it was open.
Oh.
The bar in Greenwood before they closed and turned it into an axe throwing joint now.
Downtown Greenwood?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
In Greenwood. Yeah. Yeah, that used to be a bar.
The Blind Pig?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I never knew that.
Hung out there many nights. Many nights. Many nights.
This is the
What? Yeah.
Oh, many.
Standing there. He looks like shit though now.
No.
He did not age gracefully. I like my man a
little seasoned.
I like those wisdom lines. What is he? Okay. I think he's 50, 51, 52.
So the age of my father. You go, girl.
Well, I'm like 10 years older than you.
My stepmommy.
I'm gonna be like, hey, you wanna go fuck some shit up? Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
I'm gonna get abs from this.
Whole episode, we should have just called it Laughs and Cables.
We can never just sit here and talk with them.
No. She's the one, like, if we go somewhere and we look at each other, bust out laughing every time. No words need to be said. Every time. Oh, man. Okay, I feel like I keep drawing all the same ones. Tell me a phrase that someone has said to you that has stuck with you. Ooh. Dang.
Ooh. I'm gonna say probably the one that stuck with me the most, and I think of on the daily. Somebody actually told me this a few months ago. If you're not changing it, you're picking it.
Oh, that's really good.
And it like has to do with literally anything, like your relationship, your job. Like, why are you complaining about it if you're not changing it?
Mm-hmm. Man, that's true though.
I know, and you sit back and you think, because you're like, that's stupid, but then you're like, holy shit, like.
But then it kind of goes back to where you're not going to notice until you step out of it, type thing. So yeah. Mine is, it's like really cringy to say. If I can't have you, nobody can. That was a very terrifying night, and I remember it to this day. Cops were actually called out. This was whenever I was with my first relationship, and 3 cop cars showed up because we were out in public, and some lady called in because of a domestic. Because he was slamming my body in between his car and his car door, trying to steal my cell phone that I paid for, accusing me of cheating when I was not cheating. When he was the one that was cheating. So here I was being the one physically and mentally abused for his self-gratification when he was the one doing it all. So that was the night that he was like, if I can't have you, nobody can. And that terrified me.
I was gonna say, it's probably a phrase that, like, have you ever heard anybody
Every
say that?
Domestic partner probably knows that phrase.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've been in a domestic violent relationship, that is definitely the phrase that's used a lot.
It's terrifying.
It is,
because
because
what comes behind that?
What comes behind that? Like, what escalates next? Right. Because if you've already escalated to that point, what does come next?
What are they already, like, plotting and thinking?
Yeah. Shortly after that, I mean, I ended it because I was like, that was too much. I cannot.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
You know, like, growing up, like, I was raised by, like, 2 parents that had, like, I don't want to say the perfect marriage, but they've always made it seem like the perfect marriage. Mm-hmm. So whenever I always heard of, like, domestic violence and, like, people in, like, abusive relationships, like, I never really, like, not that I just was never brought up around them. So, like, I never really knew that they were a real thing until, like, I became a teenager and, like, an older adult. And then I started seeing people in them, and I'm like, it's a lot more common than what you think. Even, like, domestic and, like, mental abuse.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's insane how many people are actually in them. And they may not even know that they're in one.
No.
That's the crazy thing.
No. So, like, for an instance, like, you'll know if you're in a domestic abusive relationship and this is mental, when they start saying, like, oh, is that what you're going to wear out? And you're like, yeah, because I like it. And they're like, I mean, it's okay. Like, that's the start. But you don't realize it because that, by him saying that, is trying to tear you down then at that point.
Right.
And you're just not connecting that.
Small dig.
It is. It's the small digs. I feel like once you've already been through it, you could spot them. You could spot them a lot easier. But I don't think anybody should ever go through that because it's horrible.
I was gonna say, I'm sure that it's like brain altering. Definitely it is your future relationships as well.
It is. A lot of PTSD kind of comes with that because if somebody does something that triggers that, game over. Like it's done.
I understand that.
So yeah, it can get very intense. Look, can you start drawing from the sides here?
That one's teeny tiny. Oh God, what is it?
Okay, it's what's your ass's name? But it's a generator.
It generates it. Oh, mine better be juicy.
What's your ass's name? Mine is the Incredible Glitter Biscuit.
My gosh. Okay. Mine is.
Oh, geez. I'm gonna get shirts made.
The talented. Oh, where'd it go? The talented banana basket. Absolutely not.
I literally just picture this picture in my banana basket. Okay, like just let the mind wander a little bit.
I'm carrying all of the bananas.
Oh my God.
Absolutely not.
Oh, glitter biscuit.
I kind of like that. We should get shirts made.
I'm so gonna do it.
Can I change mine? I don't want people to get any funny ideas. The basket is closed.
No, then that's where we gotta put a sign in the back, be like, only open on such date.
Never.
Closed permanently.
Please do the maintenance. Oh, no.
Ooh, what is something that you couldn't forgive someone for? Could not forgive them for? There could be a lot of things.
I don't know. I feel like this is a really hard one. Just because I feel like I'm just such a forgiving person. And I feel like that's I want to say it's one of my red flags, but it's really like not. I don't know. Sometimes I wish I wasn't as a forgiving person, but I just feel like I have just so much love to give to where I'm like, okay, like this person deserves another chance.
Mm-hmm.
But then like once that like chance is gone, I'm like, okay, they've made progress, but like maybe give them another chance. And that's what's bad. I've forgiven people for some pretty gnarly things.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that I want to say, I've forgiven somebody for doing, actually a few people for doing, so it's hard. It's hard to say.
Yeah. I think like what you have is a blessing and a curse because that is a really great quality to have. Because not a lot of people do have that.
Right.
Because I think the world is so hard that we need people like you, and not a lot of people know how to be in tune with that. But with that being said, I think it's okay to forgive people to an extent, and then after that, people are going to start mistaking your kindness like that for weakness, and then they're going to feel like, well, I can just keep doing it, and it's no big deal.
And I feel like that's what's like hurt me.
Yes,
many times, as people have caught on to like,
yeah,
oh, like I've done it before, like, and she's fine because I am like, you could do something and I could still like, oh, okay, like it's fine, like we'll just. And I'm not as like hardcore as I should be. Like I feel like there's maybe on a hand that I've like gotten mad. Like I really do. I'm not a mad person. Like I really
I don't
very
see you be mad.
As I said, I feel like a handful of people have maybe seen me mad won't like. It's a very rare thing. Like even in like the hardest of like situations, like I feel like I never get mad. I don't know. I'd say probably if I was in a relationship and, like, the person I'm in a relationship with sleeps with somebody else.
Mm.
Or is physical with somebody else. That would be a no-brainer for me.
Yeah.
Just because at that point, like, I just feel like that's way beyond, like, anything, like, you're betraying me in all, like, literally every single aspect of life.
Yeah. I have a few. I think for me, I think it gears more towards friendships because, I really value friendships, like, deep within my soul.
You do.
So I think for me, like, so for one instance, like, I had a friend, and she decided that, slowly, like, starting to treat her friends was like shit, was kind of like the thing to do.
Like, neglect them or, like, actually treat them like...
So, like, okay, like, here's an instance, like, we would be having a conversation, and because I didn't know something, she was instantly like, and it was like, okay, it's a simple response was needed. Okay, I don't need that from you.
Ew.
And then it would kind of go into, like, I know this is not a big deal, okay? But I notice the little shit that people do, and it irks me to high fucking hell because I know your intentions behind it.
Right.
You can't fucking fool me, I'll tell you that right now. You can't fool me because I pick up on that shit real quick.
I was gonna say, you're really good at, like, even, like,
yes.
People just walk in the door and you've never met them before. You're like, like, you can literally, like, even, like, people whenever we were at your vendor meet, you're like,
yeah.
Like, you can tell.
Yes.
And that's crazy. Like, that's crazy.
But she started sitting in my seat at lunch. Like, we don't have assigned seats, okay? Like, and I get that. But she, like, deliberately sat, like, where I always did. And it was almost like to prove a point, saying that she could. And it was like, I'm picking up on that, and I don't like it.
Right.
Like, never one time have I ever made her feel like she was anything less than beautiful. And this gal ended up getting weight loss surgery, and thought that she became better than everybody else. And I was not about that because I don't care how you look. It's about what's in here, not what's out here.
Absolutely.
If you want to play mean girl vibes, you can do that over there because I don't got time for it. The only time that I feel like whenever I do become a mean girl, as some people say, is whenever I speak the truth on something and they don't want to hear it. They don't like to hear what I'm having to say, but it's the truth.
Yep.
So I feel like as my friend, if you're going to do some shady ass shit like that when I've been nothing but loyal to you, I feel like that you did me dirty and I will treat you like I never even fucking knew you.
Absolutely.
Like, hardcore, you are a stranger to me now, and we will go back to day one where I didn't even know
It's
you.
just their loss, genuinely.
It really is, but there's nothing that I can do about it.
Right.
I mean,
well, and I think too, like I can speak, like, truly, like, the relationship that we have, like, is probably it is probably the most pure, like, friendship.
oh, facts.
Because, like, we can shoot it to each other straight. We have, like, crazy respect for each other.
Yep.
Like, like, everything's there. So, like, it's just crazy to me that, like, she's willing to do that and, like, lose that kind of friendship. Because we both have been through our shit, and, like, the second that, like, something's wrong, like, we're both, like, there. So it's just, like,
yep.
I don't know. I just think that it's crazy that some people are just willing to just
like that easy.
And you're the nicest person too. So, like, why?
My favorite though, whenever people first meet me, they're like, "Oh, I thought you were a bitch," and I'm like,
"You're like, come sit down,
yeah. It's kind of quite crazy how it like how it turns out then.
Because didn't you think I was a bitch?
Wait, where did I first meet you at? I think it was at it was at a wrestling
was that
party. I'm pretty sure. Because then shortly after that, we really connected at Bree's bachelorette party.
Yes.
And then I think that was like the start of
yes, because we hadn't met one time before then, and then
one time
you volunteered to come down to the house early, and I was just like,
I don't know about this.
Okay, well, this is gonna be awkward because I don't really like it. Like, I don't really talk to people.
No, I think I ended up. Yep, and I think I ended up walking in the house, cracked open a beer, turned on the music, let's get started.
didn't talk for like the first like 15, 20 minutes. We're just awkwardly like putting up decorations, and then we turned the music on, and then everything was fine. And then the whole weekend we were like side by side.
Yeah. That was
love at first sight. Love at second sight.
yeah, second sight. Yeah. It was. I thought that you did not like me like when I first met you. I was like, well, okay, like I'm not gonna sit here and be like,
I seriously hate that. I don't know. Like there are so many times that I'm like at the gym or like just doing life and people are like they like nudge me and they're like, Mariah, because like I'm a very quiet person until I get to know you, because like I don't know what it is. I've not always been like this. Like I've always like it used to be like a huge like people person. But now I'm very closed off until like I get to know you. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that scares a lot of people away. Definitely too, like my RBF. Like if I don't know you and you come up to me, I'm not gonna talk to you.
Them eyebrows be going, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And I swear all the people that I'm closest with, they all said the same thing. Like I thought you were a bitch. Like, and I was like, did we even talk? And they're like, no, it's just your face. And I'm like,
I think it's also too like I think that you're so in tune with yourself though that I think like what's around you is kind of like white noise. I don't think it's so much like coming across like a bitch. I don't think like it was that.
Right.
But I feel like you were so in your own little world that it was like, okay, like blocking out the hair. Yeah. You know? So, you know. So out of it. Yeah, so it was like one of those. So I was like, okay, she just in herself, cool, like cool. If we meet again, maybe I'll talk to her next time.
Right.
So it was like one of those things. So
well, that's good, because I didn't think that you looked like a bitch or came off as a bitch either.
I get that all.
No, you're like a little ray of sunshine. Like you're always like happy and smiling and laughing. I have to say, like your laugh is literally like what draw like every time like
oh
I
my
hear your
gosh.
laugh, like it, and you were like it's just. I'm like, I want to be friends with her. Like, she's a good time.
Everybody says that too. It's like, what's the one thing? Your laugh every time. And here, I think mine's like loud and annoying. I'm like, oh, maybe I should shut up.
I don't want to like record it and like put it as your ringtone so it makes you think.
Yeah.
In the morning. That'd be a little creepy, but
I have a wake up. More bitch.
I'm gonna wake up. Oh my god.
I mean, fucking Monday. Oh man.
Next thing.
What?
Make alarm clock sounds.
That.
Yeah, wake up. Lazy ass.
Oh, I know you ain't sleeping in.
It's the gym.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. There was a girl, she was, whenever we went to Florida, it was like 2 Octobers ago. She was 16, really young. She was there with her friend and then went with her friend's dad. So she was kind of like the tag along in the group. Mm-hmm. But the whole time she like practically stuck by my side because she said, I just love your laugh. You were just such a ray of sunshine. And I was like, oh, you are though. I was like, I'll be your mom for the weekend.
You are. Doesn't that make you feel good though that like people say that about you?
I'm really curious to know like how I impact people though. Like I think that's something that I would truly like want to know. Like from each person. Like I want to know like how I impacted you, like what I did to make you be like, ha, that girl right there. You know, like I really want to know that shit.
You want to know mine?
Yeah.
Since we're on the subject?
Yeah.
I mean, I like what we just said, like you're just a ray of sunshine, and we don't have to go into detail, but literally like last year I was going through probably the hardest phase of my entire life, and like you never made me feel alone. Like you were probably the one person that like I wasn't nervous about talking and telling like all the nitty gritty details, and like you gave me confidence to be able to like speak up of my mind, because I'm, like I said, very quiet, and you're like, this is what like these are the things that you need to do. But I think the biggest thing is just like I feel and have felt like just safe. Like I feel like I know that like if we got into like an argument or something, like my drama and everything isn't gonna be like out with everybody else. Yep. I feel safe whenever like we're just together, like if we go out to the bars, like I know that like nothing's gonna happen. Like I feel safe. Nothing crazy that we both don't.
Well, it might get a little crazy if I'm in handcuffs, because I'm alive.
But it's just like a very safe, like very safe and respected relationship that I honestly don't think I've ever had with anybody else before. Like, we can go a few days without talking, and, like, I know, because, like, you've ever had those friendships where, like, you don't talk for a few days, and you're like, oh, if I don't text them again, like, if I don't text them, like, our friendship's going to be over kind of thing. Have you ever had those where you stop responding, or they stop responding, and you just don't hear from them anymore?
Yep.
Yeah, see, I'm not a big texter, as you know, so it's like, we both have busy lives, but it's like, I know that literally where we stop texting, we're going to pick right back up whenever we start texting, or like whenever we see each other. It's like we've seen each other every single day. So we can pick back up. And I feel like that's really rare for like adult relationships, because I feel like people are just like, they just get angry if you're not available all the time or anything like that. So it's a very safe and a very respectable and a very sacred friendship. Yeah. And you are a ray of sunshine. So it's, whenever we were together during those hard times, it's just like, I could smile, I could laugh. Like, you gave me that space to be able to either cry or get drunk, or even just like whenever we go out for breakfast, it's just there's just raw friendship, and I adore it, and I adore you.
Oh, I adore you too. Oh, stop. I think for me, like, I want to make sure that people feel like that, because I went through a lot of shit alone and without my friends, and I felt low by myself, and I picked myself back up, and I don't want anybody else to go through that, because it is a very, very hard thing to sit beside yourself and see that side of you, because you don't even know where to start. So I don't want people to feel like they are alone in situations where it feels like it's hard, or it feels like, you're not pretty, and it feels like you can't pull out of what you're going through when you can't. Because I want to make sure at the end of the day that every person, girl, guy, whatever, feels like a boss ass bitch. Because
hell yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like no person deserves to take away that part of you. Like, they don't deserve that energy. That's yours, and that's sacredly yours. And so that's why I try to make sure that everybody feels like that. So, thanks, I try. I'm gonna have many business names, okay?
Sure. We're gonna make you a millionaire.
Yeah,
I'm gonna come live in the house with you.
You're a fucking bum. That would be
awesome.
Oh my God. Ooh. Retirement, here I come. Somebody sponsor me on here. We're trying to retire, damn it. Okay, is it easier to forget or forgive?
Forgive. 1000% to forgive. You don't think so?
Okay. Like, for me, one of my Taurus traits, because I'm such a bullhead, I have a really hard time with forgiving. So, I would rather forget you than to forgive you. I will let it go with whatever you did, but I will never forget what you did. So I can't forgive somebody that easy, because I will always remember what you did.
That's the hard thing.
So I can't forget. And I also can't forgive.
It's the memories, and it's like the screenshot. Like, I feel like when somebody like hurts you that bad, it until you've been in the situation, it is like legit. It's even like years later, you're still thinking it. Like, just the pops, they come in your head.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because even if you forgive that person, so like in the back of your mind, it's still there.
The damage is
still there. No matter, and you could have already forgave them, but it's still gonna be there. So that's really a hard thing. Like, I just can't forgive somebody because I'm not gonna forget it. So I'll be nice. Like, I'll be cordial to you after that. Don't think that, like, just because I don't forgive you means I'm going to be a dickhead.
But you're going to remember.
But I'll remember it. Yeah, every time. And I mean every little thing. I don't forget. You did me dirty. I remember it. I remember it in every single aspect, every single detail, everything I do. Because, going back again, I find friendship so sacred. And so for me, I feel like you do something that's so fucked up, I remember every little bit and piece of that.
Yeah.
And I'm cool, like, where somebody comes to me and they're like, hey, man, like, it's nothing that you did, but I just don't wish to be friends anymore. Okay, cool. Cool. Like, I'm glad that you came to me and told me that, rather than just being like, hey, like, what did I do? Like, did I do something? Was it something that you did, I did? Because I'm kind of ghosted here and you're not talking to me. So, like, I don't know what I did. Like, tell me so that I can, like, maybe fix that for the next run.
The communication. Yeah. And I feel like that's so big in, like, relationships and friendships. Big time. The open communication. Because I feel like a lot of times, like, people don't even explain, like, what the crossroad is. And then they just, like, slowly fade out. To where it's like if you were just an adult and was like, hey, like, I feel like the energy's off. Did I do something to bother you? Did I do something? Like, what can I do to help? Yep. Or change? What can I do? Because, like, if I was doing something in our friendship to where it was bothering you, I'd want to know what can I, because I wouldn't want to lose the friendship. So what can I do to change my behavior to make you feel more comfortable? But I just don't feel like a whole lot of people like to have the awkward, fun, lame conversation. So they're just like, you know what? It's just easier just not to talk to them anymore.
Yeah, we just shove it under the rug and then just be like, ghost.
Yeah, and then by the time you look back, your rug is like 5 miles high.
Yeah. Like, where the fuck is this come from?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a hard one. That's a really hard one.
That is really a hard one.
Hard to do.
It is very hard to do. And I think it depends on the circumstance, too.
Yeah.
Like, say, like, maybe, like, you told somebody a secret that I asked you not to share and you said it. But, like, okay, well, I can let that go. I can forgive you for that. Like, it's no big deal. Just next time.
Trust is broken.
It sure is. And it's like, well, then now I forgive you, but I'm not going to tell you anything after that.
Right. I'm not going to forget.
Yep. Yeah. When it comes to stuff like that, I had to learn to stop oversharing some things.
I'm bad about that. I'm bad about oversharing. I feel like I've gotten better with not oversharing to the whole crowd, but I feel like I pick out the people that I know I can trust. But even, I mean, that still burnt me a few times. So I'm very particular on who I open up to.
Yep.
Oh. You're probably like, babe, shut the fuck up. You're telling me too much.
Nope, never. I would rather you tell me it all and not leave anything out so then you can get it out. That's what I would want. Well, that looks like it hasn't been picked through.
So cute.
Oh, yeah.
Myself. Oh, my God.
No, but we sit on his face. If he dies, he dies.
Oh my gosh, I need that for my car.
Oh gosh, there's so many car stickers that I want. No.
Java House. Ooh, Java House.
I fucking love Java House. Like that one. Wow. I know. That's how I want to be tatted.
Oh shit.
Tatty batty. If my mouth doesn't say it, my face definitely will.
Oh, wow.
That's me. Yeah.
Love
There's a lot of good ones. Ooh. Best colors on you, fashion and beauty.
Black.
Facts.
Black.
And a shade of black.
I was going to say that. Give me shade of black. My entire closet. I actually just bought this to step out of my comfort zone.
You look good in those nude colors, though.
Thank you. I don't know. So after I got done with cosmetology school, all you can wear at cosmetology school is black. Mm-hmm. And it just, like, I just feel like it fits me.
Definitely does.
And ever since cosmetology school, I've always worn black. They don't get ruined as easy. Like, I just feel like that's just always what I'm wearing. And even some people are like, dude, do you have anything that's not black? Like, my shoes are always black. Like, everything's black. And I try and step out of the comfort zone sometimes, but then whenever I try it on and I look in the mirror, I'm like, this is not my color.
You're like, it's fucking yellow.
Exactly. It's throwing off my complexion. We're going black.
Yeah.
It's bad.
I would agree. A lot of my closet is very dark. Like white and black, black.
I love white.
My thing right now that I've really been into is hot pink.
Really?
I've been digging hot pink big time.
Oh.
Yeah. Any shade, well, I can't say any shade. So like emerald green looks good on me. Army green, olive green. I could definitely pull those. Yep.
Yeah, you are a green girl. You do wear a lot of green.
It
does look good on you.
Yep.
I feel like you have to find those colors that look good, like with your complexion.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the greens make your eyes pop a lot too.
Yep. Because I have green eyes. And then so with that, with makeup, I use a lot of pinks. Like that's my go-to with makeup. Pinks, copper, like a rose gold. Yeah, I've done gold just because of my eye color.
Yeah, it does make your eyes pop.
Mm-hmm.
What you got on now?
It's that like
Oh yeah,
rose gold. I love it.
I was gonna say, I think the sharpest thing, I love to wear a black shirt, black pants, and you'll never catch me in jeans. I'm always in leggings. No jeans. And white shoes. I love like my white Air Jordans with like a black outfit. It just like pops. I don't know.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. Or like a white hoodie. I love white. So white hoodie, black pants, and white shoes. Yes.
Mine's always either my black ripped up pants that I love to death that I got off of Amazon. That's been the best purchase ever.
They're jeans?
Yeah, they're like a stretchy, like
jegging.
Kind of, yeah. And I fucking
might have to send me the link.
well. Those with either flats or sandals. And then any kind of tank top with a nice blazer. Like that's my jam. That is like my go-to like outfit. It sounds really.
And flannel in the fall time.
I could do a good flannel. I can do a good flannel. I'm looking a little frumpy today because work life. So
no, you don't. You look like you're a good old little government lady.
Yeah, I'm a good government lady. Everybody at my work knows that I'm like the honorary one. And I was like, oh no. My mail guy, every time he's like, you stay out of trouble now. And I'm like,
trouble's my middle name.
That's what I was saying. I go, you should know me by now. That is my middle name.
There has to be somebody in there that doesn't like go to bed by 7, like follows all the laws.
That works where I work? I'll bet there probably is.
Yeah.
Like some straight edgy people. Not me. I like to live life on the edge.
It's the only way to live.
But I have so many people at work that like flock to me. Actually, I had a girl today. She was like, I don't know why we don't hang out. And I was like, I don't know why either.
Let's hang out.
Yeah. And then she's like, you and my girlfriend would get along so good because she's into art. And I just started doing photography. And I was like, why don't we hang out?
Right.
Like, what are you doing?
We'll be the perfect couple.
Oh my gosh. What can I say? I just have people flocking to me. Ooh.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Ooh, if you could meet yourself 10 years ago, what would you tell yourself and why? No, I answer what I gotta watch. You know. Okay. I'll say this. Met myself 10 years ago. I would have to say, probably like take time for yourself, work on some healing, just enjoy life to the fullest for you. I think that's what I would go back and tell myself. Because I think, well, myself 10 years ago, was down and out on a downward spiral, was in bars a lot. Kind of didn't know who I was, so I was like lost within myself. So that's, yeah. Like if I could be me, meeting me 10 years ago, I would save myself right now. Like that's exactly what I would do.
That's a good answer.
It is, yeah. Like I would be that like big sister, you know? Like that's what I would do. Wow. Yeah, it's a lot.
I was gonna say, because there's a lot that, like, I think that I would tell myself that everything's gonna be okay. I think that when 10 years ago, I mean, I was a fucking kid. I was 16 10 years ago, so, I mean, I was still in high school, but I felt like every, like, little thing, I made it into a big thing. But I think the biggest thing would be just to enjoy life and to love your family and to be a good person. Definitely after, like, the events that have, like, happened recently with my dad, like, finding out he had cancer and all that stuff, like, in my mind, nothing like that would ever happen to my family. Like, that doesn't come anywhere near my family. Like, everybody else, you see it around you, but
Yep.
it will never happen to me. So I think that, like, spending the extra time and quality time and, like, treating your family good, because I was an asshole to my parents. I still to this day apologize to my parents because I'm like, fuck, I'm so sorry.
I did that.
Yeah. So I feel like just, like, becoming a good person, because I think that whenever I was 16, I was trying to fit in with literally any crowd that would accept me. And I feel like that led me in a lot of bad positions and bad friendships and relationships. But I feel like if I was to go back, I would just tell myself to just live life. Like, stop trying to impress people, stop trying to fit in. Enjoy the little things and enjoy the little moments. Definitely the little moments. I catch myself a lot all the time that, I see people, and it's honestly turned into one of my biggest pet peeves where people get so angry about the little things. But, like, in all seriousness, like, I don't know why, but it always comes into my mind, definitely with, like, my dad having cancer. It's like, why am I getting so angry about this little thing whenever, like, my dad has cancer? Or why am I screaming at this person that just cut me? Like, I understand that it's frustrating, but definitely if somebody's being stupid on the road, I used to just get instant anger until I read this thing on Facebook where it was a guy literally with, like, screaming and cutting somebody off and got into a car accident with this person. Come to find out, he got a phone call that his wife was just in a horrible car accident and was passing away in the hospital. And he was trying to get to the hospital, and this guy, they ended up colliding as well. So it's like the little things that's like, why take all the energy to be so upset when you can just move on? Or find the little things that make you happy and enjoy that.
Yeah.
But definitely has moved up on my pet peeve list, just with everything that's, like, happened and altered in my life. I'm not going to take all the energy to get upset about something so small, even if it's a little bit medium major, but I'm just also not the person to get mad. Like, I just want to be happy. So if you're going to be screaming about something and be that upset, like, I'm just going to remove myself from the situation because I don't want you to bring my energy down too when I'm trying to be positive.
Yep. Yeah, that's a big thing.
I feel like to an extent, like, you just kind of you start getting irritated with, like, negative energy. Like, if you're trying to find yourself in, like, positive energy and, like, trying to be a happy person and, like, trying to improve yourself, and then there's constantly people around you that are just negative about literally every single thing, it just is irritating.
Oh yeah, it's definitely energy drainers. Because it's almost like that theory where you set a rotten fruit next to all the good ones, pretty soon they're all going to turn rotten. And it's that same thing. Like, whenever you have negative energy like that and you're going to be around people that have that positive energy, it's going to rub off and they're going to start being negative.
It's kind of like the quote, which I never thought was true until, like, I witnessed it. My pastor used to say, show me your five closest friends and I'll show you your future. Those are the people that you hang out with and the people that you're around constantly that are going to rub off on you. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? It's people that you hang out with.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I pick and choose who I hang out with a lot, like who I want to be around and who I don't. But
and unfortunately, sometimes you just have to take the scissors and start cutting people that just aren't making the cut, And that's also a hard thing to do, because you're like, but is this person encouraging me to be better? Is this person just kind of along for the ride? Is this person, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, what are their intentions within my life?
Right.
Yeah, that is super hard.
Get a baby at the bottom.
I know. I want a good one here. I want one that we haven't had. Damn it. Best meal you cook.
Shit. Ooh.
I'm not really a cooker, but
This Alfredo.
it's fine. I mean, that is decent, but
yeah, I'm not Betty Crocker at all.
no. I know a good dessert that I cook. It's peanut butter fudge. Like, that's good.
I love peanut butter fudge.
I have people that fight over it all the time.
Buffalo chicken pasta.
Oh, that sounds good.
So take buffalo chicken dip,
Mm-hmm.
put pasta in it, bake it, and add cheese. You're like eating buffalo chicken dip.
That sounds so good.
It is. It's so good. You're hurting the next day. But
yeah.
Yeah, you're hurting.
Buffalo chicken dip is like my go-to.
I
regret every moment of it.
I hate. It's one of those things that I hate making. I don't know. I just hate making it because I feel like it's so tedious on like the ingredients and stuff, and then shredding all the chicken. It's like a once every few months thing, but I feel like every time I make it, it's like gone.
I feel like when it comes to cooking, I feel like you really have to have a passion for it, or else it's like meh.
It's a chore, and then you hate it.
It is a chore. Like, it certainly is, because then after that, you got to clean up.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got to do the dishes.
Yep.
And then you got to, like, put all the food up or divvy it out, whatever you got to do. And it's like, geez, O.P.
And buying, like, everything has gone is stupid expensive now, too. So, like, to make, like, a homemade cooked dinner, like,
Yeah.
you're looking at, like, $20, $25, $30 for one dinner.
You might as well just go to the drive-thru.
Exactly.
I mean, literally. I go through drive-thrus often, but I'm very mindful about what I get.
How much do you think that you spend a week on groceries?
For just a week?
Yeah.
I'd say about maybe 100, 120 a week. 2 weeks, though. Because I buy like every 2 weeks. Yeah, I don't buy a lot. Like, I really don't buy a lot. How
many do you buy for?
Maybe to cover, like, for a week.
Yeah. Do you take your
maybe I do sometimes. Like, maybe to cover 3 to 4 days out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's expensive. But do you buy all organic and healthy? And
I mean, it is healthy, but it's not organic.
Okay.
But we also for a week.
$250.
Yes, $250 a week.
Bruh.
And last week we actually spent $300. But listen, we also have 5 dinners on there for the whole week. So
okay.
And then we have meal prep for the week, for lunches, and breakfast stuff. So technically it's like, yeah, that's a shit ton of money, but we're not eating out.
That's true.
But it's still like, and that's crazy too, because like the people that I work with, they also eat healthy, and they're like, yeah, we're spending like $250 a week, and it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Because we used to be able to get by with $100, $150. But we also used to eat I used to eat like ravioli out of the can and like and stuff.
Poor man's cat.
Exactly. Which sometimes I'm totally fine with that. But since we've been like eating more healthy and you got the protein smoothies and like everything that goes with it.
Yeah. I do poor man's dinner a lot.
Sometimes
I'm like, oh man, you want some sausage, mac and cheese? I got you.
You want some ramen noodles?
Yeah. You want some Brussels sprouts with, I don't know, chicken? Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say, the crazy thing is too, it's like we don't make like I stopped at Kroger on Friday and got stuff to make steaks and baked potatoes, and I left and it was $60 for 2 steaks and 4 baked potatoes. So it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm ready for grocery prices to definitely come down.
I'm ready for everything to go down. I honestly have no idea how like people like single parents or like big families are doing it. I really don't know.
I have a friend, and she has 3 kids, and she has a boyfriend, and she spends a minimum, and I don't know how long her groceries last, and this could be a week.
For the younger kids?
One is a teenager, so I think 17.
Okay.
The other one is like 11, 12, and then the other one is like 7.
So eaters. They're in that like eating much.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So her oldest and youngest are both boys, and then her middle is a girl.
Mm.
She told me, she's like, I just got done spending $500.
Ugh.
And I don't even know if that's for like a week, but I was like, holy God. Like, that is insane to me.
Stomach hurt. How
made my stomach hurt,
bro? How do people do it?
Well, her boyfriend has a really good job. Like,
he helps a lot.
He helps a lot. And so, they can manage quite a bit. But
$500 a week.
$500, that's
too
damn near my rent. So, no fucking way. Like,
wow.
But then again, that's feeding 5 people. So $100 a week per person. That's probably dinners, snacks, drinks per person, $100.
Wow.
That is crazy.
That's
but
the economy nowadays.
Oof. Yeah, good old inflation.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, get some good ones.
Oh God.
What is your most toxic trait?
Ooh.
I've got a few of them. Some red flags, okay?
Toxic traits. You go first.
Okay. And we're gonna do a countdown here. Okay, I think one is how okay, once again, going back to a Taurus, like with me being like really stubborn, I can go from 0 to 100 real quick. Especially like if you are throwing jabs about something that I am like firm on, that I know what happened, and you are just kind of throwing some weird ass shit out there. No, that's a toxic trait of mine, because my adrenaline kind of kicks in and I don't really know when to stop, and I kind of scare myself. So that's a toxic trait. Another one is how I could pretend like you're a stranger when you were once my best friend. That is a toxic trait. Another one is going from 0 to 100. So you'll know whenever I'm like mad. Because I show it on my face, even though I may not speak it, you will see it on my face. What is another one? I don't know if this is really toxic, but it kind of can be, because it can hurt some people. But I like to overshare a lot of things. And I like to speak my mind. If I'm like thinking something, I'll just blurt it out and say it. And sometimes that becomes very toxic. So like I have no filter, okay? So that can become very toxic. And I really need to work on that, but it's like really hard, because sometimes people need to hear what they're fucking doing.
Yeah.
And I think another thing too, like going back to like where I kind of scare myself sometimes. I get very hyper independent. And that could be a toxic trait, because when people want to step in and help, I shut them down immediately, and I'm like, no, I'm doing it. I got this. And they're like, no, seriously, let me help you, because you can't do it. And it's like, no, I got it. So I think that is a toxic trait. But I feel like a lot of us had toxic traits. I don't know. I think mine's just more like you can see it, you can hear it. It doesn't go unrecognized. So I'm not fake about mine. I guess that.
I was gonna say, but I feel like your toxic behaviors are also like who, like, I don't want to say who makes you, but I don't feel like they're very, like,
they're validated.
Yeah. But they're also validated. Like, they may be a little toxic, but I also think that they're also like needed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I feel like without that, I feel like a lot of people would be doormats then to people. So I feel like you have to have some kind of toxicity in order for people, like, that sets a boundary.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, I probably have a lot of toxic traits.
I feel like we all do. It's okay. I'm over here. Like, I definitely, after you said, like, oversharing, that's probably one of my toxic traits. That's gotten me in trouble, quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, like, I used to not even have to know who you were if you sat down next to me. Like, I was telling you all about my life.
Yeah.
And that, like, I had to learn really quickly not to do that. It is really hard. I feel like another one is I feel like sometimes I don't have, like, a backbone. I feel like, when it comes to, like, really hard conversations or, like, if we're in the midst of, like, a really heated fight, I used to, like, lash out and say a lot of things that, like, I really didn't mean. So, like, now if we're, like, in an argument, I'll ask to, like, take some time to cool down.
Yep.
But now it's kind of gotten to the point to where if it's, like, a heated argument, I just start crying. And I think that had to do with, like, a lot of, like, not even growing up, but I felt like a lot of whenever I did speak my mind, it would always get shut down.
Yep.
Or, like, my feelings weren't validated. So now, like, I just don't feel like I can, like, express how I really feel. So I feel like that, like, it's turned into, like, poor communication in some aspects because, like, I don't know how to speak up for myself. Or I'll just be like, it's just easier if I don't say something. Because again, like, I feel like I can move on from things quite quickly, so it's like, why even waste the time? So that's definitely probably that is definitely a toxic trait that I just in some situations I just can't speak my mind. Now if I'm crying and I start laughing, you know you're fucked because, like, I'm at the point, and that's bad too because even, like, you talk to my parents and it's the funniest thing because, like, my mom was like, you never cried, and, like, even still to this day, if I'm crying and I'm upset, I will start laughing because I don't want people to know that I'm crying. I hate when people see me cry, so I'll just start laughing and, like, wipe away my tears so people can't see it, and it's that toxic. But, like, even whenever I used to get hurt growing up, I don't know what it was because, like, my parents never, like, said that we couldn't cry or anything, but I just, like, I wanted to feel and, like, seem tough. Like, I could get through it. So, like, even, like, whenever I was playing softball, like, every time I got hurt, I was out there, like, laying dead on the field, like, crying, but I was also, like, dying laughing. So
it's okay to be sensitive.
It is, but I don't know, like, I come from, I don't want to say a family that has, like, a lot of the people in my family have depression and anxiety, and I feel like I always, like, needed to be strong for them, and be, like, the positive, like, sunshine that came, like, in the house.
Yep.
So I think that's definitely, like, knowing that it's okay to cry. It's just kind of hard for me too, because, like, I am a very sensitive person, but, like, you'll never see me cry. You'll see me, like, I'm crying in my car or I'm crying in the bed. Like, I always leave with a smile, but I'm leaving to go cry. But that I snap out, like, I can, like, snap out of it super quick. Like, I just need 5 minutes. Just let me go cry for 5 minutes.
I would be the one that if I saw you cry, I'd be like, huh?
And, like, I really don't cry that often, but there are just some times that, like, you just need that cry.
You do.
And then after that, you feel so much better.
Yes, you do.
And then there's sometimes I'm fucking crying and I'm like, what the fuck am I crying for?
I've been on that kick for a little while. I'm like,
what's wrong with me?
I'm strong.
Yes. But I was
laughing earlier because whenever you were talking about arguing, girl, I instantly fucking laugh. Like, it's so bad. I think because I've gotten so numb to, like, any kind of screaming match. Mm-hmm. It's like, you gonna scream at me? I will fucking top tier your fucking scream, and I will make sure you fucking hear me. Right. Like, that's where I'm at, because I have been drugged through the mud so fucking much that, like, I'm at the point where I don't give a fuck if you're screaming at me. I don't care what the fuck you're screaming at me about, but you're gonna listen to me too. Right. So, I laugh a lot when it comes to arguments.
I think that it's a big, like, coping mechanism too. Like, like, if you've been through, like, trauma or, like,
oh yeah,
you know, growing up, like, you weren't allowed to show any kind of emotion. You had to, like, instill something to be able to help, like, show that. But a lot of people don't even know that.
Mhm.
Like, if you, like, you never know me or met me, like, you would never know that, like, and it's weird, too, because it's, like, the people that are, like, closest to you, like, I could call my mom and, like, be in the shittiest mood or, like, on the verge of crying, and she always is like, what's wrong? Like, the people always know it. My mom always says, I was like, it's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. And right whenever she says that, I'm like, oh, okay. It's like he needs to tell me it's okay to cry for me to be like, okay.
Now, I have cried when I am, like, above and beyond pissed off. Like, I'm talking, like, past the point of rage, almost. That's whenever I cry. And that is serious, because, like, if I'm crying, you will not hardly ever see me cry. Like, ever, ever, ever. But if I do cry, it is something really fucking bad. So yeah, I've kind of, like, I feel like I've cried all my tears, really. Like, I just don't. And a lot of people, I've heard, like, here recently, a lot of people have tried to call me cold, and I'm like, it's not being cold. It's just the fact that I don't have time for shenanigan shit and what you're throwing at me.
Right.
So if you're gonna be doing that, you can go do that over there, because I don't have fucking time for it. Because I'm at the point now in my life where I'm getting too grown for that shit. Like, I just don't have time for it. So, yeah, I just psycholi laugh.
Right. Thanks. I feel that.
Some dudes find that hot. So.
We can be a psycho together.
I just picture us being psychos skipping down the tulip field.
Oh, yeah. Dancing to the horror music.
Ooh, what is your next Halloween costume?
Yours was always so good.
Oh,
I didn't really
shoot.
dress up for Halloween. I wasn't going to, like, a party.
When's the last time you dressed up?
Well, we went to a Halloween party last year, and I dressed up as... What was I? I don't even remember.
Oh.
What was I? So you see, I went to the Halloween store, like, the night before this party.
You gotta grab what you could.
It was like a jumpsuit of something.
Camo one.
Okay, that was a
Race car driver.
bounty hunter.
A deer.
No. I don't
Were you the
know.
bounty hunter's wife?
So, he was like a bounty hunter.
You were jail.
He was a bounty hunter for, like, I don't even know how to explain that. Let me find a picture. You tell me yours.
Well, last year, I was Mrs. Doubtfire when her titties caught fire.
See? See? So much better.
I don't even remember what I was the year prior. I think this year I would really like to do what? What is it? Look at the cop who does the Nubu goofing. And he wears those short shorts.
So, newbie goofing.
Nubu goofing.
What the?
I think he's on Reno 911, that show.
No.
I forget his name. But so you were a cougar, you were a tiger.
That's not cougar.
You were tigress. But, yeah, it's a TV show, and this guy comes out on one episode, he comes out of the store, and he buys some brand new cowboy boots, and he's like, new boot goofing, oh, and he was like walking in them, he was like, 3 payments, genuine ostrich. And he's got like short shorts that he like wears, and then he's got these like cowboy boots, and then he's got on sunglasses, and he's got this button-up shirt that's like tucked into these shorts, and they're like pulled up.
I have to do that.
I do. There's a lot of ones that I want to do. I've got like a whole list on my
I was gonna say, you were like getting into depth with your Halloween costumes.
Big time, I am.
Maybe this year I'll get on the same page as you.
Yeah. I actually wanted to do Oompa Loompas one year. Dresses.
Maybe Oompa Loompas.
Yeah. We got a pair of faces orange. And then I want to do the dance.
Can we do the inflatable ones? I'll be an Oompa Loompa with you.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. I'm so down.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk around.
Here we go, coming. Yes.
Oh, there's a lot of costumes that I would love to do. I really need to like jump on the ball and like organize my costumes out, I guess, every year.
I've always judged these people, but I've always just wanted to do like a full, like, slutty one. I always wanted to be like a bad cop or like a.
I want to be a
sex
dirty
advisor.
nun.
Oh,
That's what I want to be.
Yeah, Kayvon was the pastor and I was the little nun. Or no, I was the schoolgirl.
I want to be the dirty nun that paints her body all red and has the devil horns. That's what I want.
See?
But in the sexy costume.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. That's what I'm gonna be.
Yeah.
Every
You be the sexy devil, and I'll be the sexy angel. Fuck yes. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do.
I'm so down for that.
Be a little Victoria's Secret angel.
Because normally I dress really goofy. Like, that is my go-to, is goofy. Like, I don't do sexy. Like, you know how you'd have your group of friends, and then like they all do the sexy stuff, then you got that one straggler? I'm the straggler. Like, that's me.
See, I've always been the opposite. I've always been the one that like goes overboard, like too like revealing, too sexy, and then my friends are like very like covered up to where I'm like, okay, maybe that's way too much.
That's too much. No, it looks fine, bitch. I can see your ass cheeks. Let's go.
Look at your asshole.
Mind a little cheek showing. I don't really care. I don't really care like about showing my body like that. I don't mind.
I'm not. I could, if I was allowed to, I'd literally walk around naked every day. Like, just literally, like, so.
I would too. Which is quite hilarious because I'm bigger now than what I ever have been, and here I'm like, yeah, I don't care if I got naked.
I don't think you're bigger. You have a big old booty. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah. Other people notice it.
It's not bad.
And then the ones that I feel like don't notice, I feel like they definitely do look. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that's not bad. Everyone likes a big booty. But I think that there's a lot of like, I'm gonna say this word wrong, misconception with like being fat. Like
Sure.
fat.
Yeah.
And having like shape.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember whenever I was pushing like the 200s, and I was like, I just had a lot of flub, but I also had a figure. Mm-hmm. Like I was very small on the top, but my bottom was just like, I had a big old juicy round one.
Pushing 200.
And you have a big old juicy round one. Mm-hmm. But like, I also feel like a lot of people are like, I'm fat, but like, you have shape, you have curves, like, and that's not like a bad thing. Mm-mm. And come to find out, like a lot of people prefer and like think that like curved bodies are so much better than like thick figures.
Yeah, like I've been going to the gym here and there trying to like tone up and stuff like that. And I've been digging it. It's been fun.
Yeah.
But I don't think that I would trade like what I have compared to where I was.
Right.
Because I weighed like 110 whenever I was 16 and I looked sick. Mm-hmm. Like it was really bad.
No.
So yeah, I'll take my ass and titties any day.
And people can really notice because whenever I drop, it was a drastic drop. Mm-hmm. Whenever I dropped, I was 180, and I dropped from that to 118 within like 6 months.
Holy shit.
And I had so many people, like, even to this day, like whenever I do look at the questions on Instagram, people are asking if I'm anorexic or if I have an eating disorder. Which that was going through, like, the hardest, like, I'm not a stress eater, like, I was eating like a meal a day. I was not taking care of my body whatsoever, but I was also starting to work out hardcore. Mm-hmm. And I had like, every time I saw somebody new that I hadn't seen, they were making the comments, like, you need to eat, like, you're anorexic. Like, they were just making, like, horrible comments, but then even, like, whenever I looked at the mirror, I was like, who is this person? That's whenever I started, like, actually eating 3 meals a day and, like, actually taking care of my body to where I gained, like, good weight. Mm-hmm. But I understand, like, whenever you're, like, just that skinny, like, you don't really have anything. Like, you don't have, which I've always been proud of my booty. Yeah, you gotta, and that's it then. Like, you just have to find yourself. Like, you have to be like, I'm beautiful how I am. If you're you know, I don't want to say, like, if you're 500 pounds, if you're 300 pounds, if you're like, everybody's beautiful. You just have to find the confidence in it.
That's the key, is the confidence. It doesn't matter if you got rolls on your back or what. It's the confidence that you carry with it.
Hard in, like, today's generation, because you get on Instagram and the first thing you see is, like, these models, or, like, you know, you see, like, all these people that are, like, got the big old fake titties and all this stuff, and you're like, shit, like, I really want to look like that. But in all, like, reality, it's comparing yourself to other people is a disease.
It is. And a lot of it really is photoshopped. I mean, I know, like, a lot of people don't think about that, but it really is photoshopped.
Or not even their real body. Like, you got the big boobs, the big butt, it's just crazy.
I will take my body in every lifetime because I think it looks fine. I don't have a single stretch mark. I don't have a single like, I don't really have like a cottage cheesy look to my legs or my ass. I got some like dimple imperfections here and there, but that's about it. Like, I don't have a lot of that. So for me, being as thick as I am, not having any of that, that's pretty
good.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
So I want to try
you're a mommy.
Shit.
It says you mom.
I ain't gonna be no damn mommy to any of you though. I'll be my own mommy.
Oh, what?
Okay. Ugh.
I don't know what.
One secret you were hiding from your parents.
Oh, shit.
Well,
well, I'm glad that.
Well, I mean, there's a lot more questions in this book.
I don't think I can say the one that I really want to say, but I just cannot say it.
Don't say it. You want me to pick a different one? I'll pick a different one.
Yeah, I'll pick a different one. I didn't want to get grounded.
Well, my parents do watch this, so I gotta watch what I say.
Hi, parents. I love your parents.
They're pretty great. Ooh, okay. What do you value most in people?
Integrity and respect.
Yeah. Mine's definitely like being real and raw. Like, if I did something to you, tell me. If you, I don't know, if somebody did something great for you, tell them. Like, because I feel like life's too short and maybe that person doesn't really know the effect that they have on you, so tell them. Like, that's what I like. Being real and raw. And a lot of my friends that I've chosen to this day are like that. So, and that's what I want to surround myself with.
It's a great quality too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I feel like too, like, you can definitely tell and pick who those true friends are too, because I feel like a lot of people get scared by that.
Yeah.
Like, if you were to be like, Mariah, like, you did this that really bothered me, some people might be like, oh shit, like, no.
Yep.
I'm out. Because they just don't want to, like, what is that word? They don't want to take accountability for their actions, so they're like, it's just easier to just
dip out. I feel like if you're going to dip out, you already answered it. Right. Like, honestly, I don't know. Like, I want to surround myself with baddie ass people. Like, that's what I want. Because I want to always feel like I could better myself, and I always want to feel like somebody can still educate me on something. So I want to surround myself, like, okay, that'd be like, I want to sit to the CEO out of the whole room, because that person right there is going to teach me something.
And that intimidates so many people.
It does.
Be around the 5, like, baddest people. Like, even if they are better, I mean, they are probably going to be better than me, but that's how you grow.
Yeah,
like,
facts.
Put me in front of people that are going to break me down and show me their ways, and yeah.
My thing I've noticed here a lot lately, like with myself, is that if there was a party, okay, and you had, like, say, like, what most girls would be intimidated by, like, and like the person that they don't like because she looks like a bitch or looks like, that's the person who I actually go and seek out every single time. That intimidating one, the baddie one, the one that carries herself well, the one that looks like she could beat your ass, I mean, if she wanted to. Like, that is who I physically take my time and go out of my way to go talk to every single time.
I
Every time.
I want to get better at that because I just feel like as I said before, like I just feel like I like am in my own little world to where if I like go to the gym or like I see somebody that like catches my eye, then I'm like, oh, like I really want to go up and say I would never. I would never. Unless they came to me first, I wouldn't say anything. But that's just me because I'm like I'm just like, what if they think that I'm weird? Or like it's me like thinking more about what other people think rather than what I think. So I love that because I have told myself that's something that I really want to work on this year is being able to like get out of that comfort zone and actually go and like talk to more people.
It is hard. Like, trust me, I didn't start out just being like on point.
Right.
I mean, I definitely grew myself into that. So it is something to work on. Maybe don't start out small. Like, I think I started out really small. Surrounded myself with someone who was well established, but maybe didn't come across, like, carry themselves well. They were good established. So I was like, okay, like, you teach me something. And then just, like, grow from that.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad to try
it. Is. Yeah.
Work on it.
It's, yeah.
Which is the weirdest thing because, like, I've never went up to somebody and they, like, shut me down. Like, usually once I start talking to people, like, we can have a conversation. But it's just, like, getting the nerve to, like, go up and, like, have that conversation.
Yep.
But I think so, too. Like, it's just the rap that, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I've heard a lot of people say, and it's, like, really weird that, like, the pretty girls get, like, favorited over other people. But in all reality, I feel like the pretty girls get it, like, really hard.
They do.
And, like, I've had so many people, like, come up to me and they're like, they just, you're really pretty, so, like, I just didn't want to talk to you. Or I thought you were really pretty, and so I just started judging you. Or I thought you were really pretty, and I just thought you were mean, and, like, all this stuff. But in all reality, like, I feel like a lot of times whenever I walk into the room, like, a lot of people think that it's, like, a competition. Like, I've had friendships that I've had to cut off, multiple, that, like, turned a relationship into a competition. Or, you know, things like that. So, like, I feel like a lot of people judge me, because, like, I feel I'm a girl's girl. Like, I always have makeup on. I always try and, like, look put together. So I feel like a lot of people are, like, threatened by that. And I hate that. Because, like, genuinely, I'm, like, the nicest person. So I'm like, please.
I understand you, though. I understand you.
It's just, like, even when we're in the gym and I'm, like, working out next to somebody and, like, I'm working out next to somebody's guy, like, you can just tell, like, they're, like, staring and, like, looking and, like, all this stuff. And I'm like, I genuinely am just here to work out. You know what I mean? So, like, I just feel like you get a lot of judgment and all that stuff. So, like, the last thing that I want is to, like, create more animosity with people. So I just say to myself.
I feel like, though, for you, that's automatically a step up because you intimidate people without intimidating people. Like, I think that is so empowering because if some girl doesn't even know you from Adam, literally is going to walk into a room and go, ooh, like I can't. Your presence automatically, as soon as you walk in that room, boom. Yeah. But it's because you carry yourself so well and so highly of yourself that girls are automatically going to go, it happens to me all the time. There's a group of friends.
It's the worst feeling, isn't it?
I mean, I really don't give a fuck. Like,
I was gonna say, like, at first it's just, like, uncomfortable, but then, like, whenever you kind of start seeing people, like, you're just like, yeah, like, I'm that bitch. Like, I'm that bitch.
I'm kind of one, like, okay, so, for instance, one of my friends' groups, I love them to death. But they also have a separate group that they invite to parties, too, that come. And they're kind of in their own world. And then my friends' group is kind of, like, in their own world. But a couple, like, mingle back and forth a little bit. But the younger, they're young. I mean, like, they're probably early 20s, mid 20s, maybe possibly late 20s. When they come around, there's one gal in particular, I'm not going to say names, but when she kind of comes around and hangs out with that group, she sees that I'm there, doesn't say hi, doesn't talk to me hardly, but stares at me. Just stares at me. And I'm like, and I've told my friends group, I'm like, and I've told them how I have felt about, like, that person. And I said, I don't really care. It doesn't bother me. But the fact that if she's staring at me, if she wants to ask me something, ask me.
Right.
Because I don't care. Like, and I don't know if maybe she feels, like, intimidated to where she feels like she can't talk to me or what. Like, I don't really know. And I feel like she kind of does it to another gal in our group too, who carries herself very well too. Comes across very intimidating. She's a year older than me, and I love her for that. She holds herself very well too. Kind of comes across like, don't fuck with me because I will fuck with you back harder, type thing. But she's never like out of line. Like if somebody needs help, boy, she's the first one there, type thing. So it's like one of those instances where I have a group of friends that I hang out with, but when they invite that other group and they come, they don't speak to me. And it's, as soon as I walk in the room, it's like instant, like
quiet,
up and down, up and down, up and down, like staring. And it's like, hey to you too.
Right.
And I just ignore them. Like if they don't want to take the time or day to kind of like talk to me, it's like, you guys are really missing out because, I mean,
I'm an awesome person.
Pretty much. I mean,
like just talk
maybe
to me.
take the time.
Yes.
Ask me what my favorite color is. Ask me what my favorite food is.
Before you start judging me.
They know my name. That's about it. But that's about the extent of that. And that's okay. Like I'm not here to go out of my way if you don't feel like you want to even engage in it. And it's okay. I'm not going to get my feelings hurt. So I do know sometimes I intimidate people because of my type A personality, and it, you know, I accept that. But I'm never going to change who I am. So it's kind of one of those where it's like, okay, cool. And I'm okay with that. So, okay, we'll do one more.
Okay. What time? Holy shit.
What?
This went by fast.
You know it does. You know it does. Ooh, that's a big chunker. What was the meanest thing someone has done or said to you? The meanest.
Skip.
Oh, I got it. Oh, I hope this one. Oh, that's my lucky number.
What if it's a
dominated or submissive?
I was really hoping we were gonna get one like this on here.
And we went out with a banger.
A banger.
With my lucky number. Which is 16,
do you
by the
like
way.
to be dominated, or
do you like to be dominated, or do you like to be like the submissive one?
I like to be fucking dominated.
So you like to be submissive.
I like to be submissive. I need my partner to be dominant.
I like both.
Are we talking like in life or in the bedroom?
In the bedroom.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely sub.
I feel like it really just depends on the mood, but I also don't like, I don't think that I would like a very, like, of course, I feel like everybody likes to, like, slow, romantic, you know, once in a while, but, like, we were just talking about, I am very, I feel awkward talking about this with your parents watching.
I don't know if they really will. I mean, I don't know if they really truly do,
Okay.
but...
Well, they would have to watch.
Don't watch this part.
Yeah, close off. I need somebody that isn't not afraid to
take control.
Yes, to take control. I love the like hair pulling and the spanking and the choking and the slamming against walls. The restraints. I like all that shit. And I feel like if somebody is like afraid to do that or not willing to, it's just not for me. I just like that. Now, obviously, whenever like I'm in the mood and I need to spice things up, I will. Yeah. But also, you need to meet me halfway as well.
So you like to be dominant to get things started, but then you like it submissive when you're engaging. Okay, I could see that. I like both. I've actually had people tell me that I could be a dominatrix, and I was like, that's not a bad gig.
No. No.
You could pay my ass to slap you. Okay, I will do that.
Yeah.
I think for me, because I've been so much in like a masculine feminine era, I think for me that's why I kind of like both. I would prefer to be submissive, but I think it's really hard for me because of being so masculine in my daily life.
Yes.
Having to kind of take the reins on everything to survive. So I've never really been kind of pulled out of that before.
Right.
So for me, I think that's why I like both, to be dom and sub.
I was gonna say, because it probably feels good for you to be able to be submissive.
Yeah.
To be able to have, like, be able to be in that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you really don't get to be.
No, I don't.
Submissive very often.
Nope, not really. So it kind of, yeah, it kind of puts like, I feel like whenever I do try to be submissive, it comes across like very awkward.
It's like, whoa.
I'm like, wait a minute, this is not what I'm used to, but like, let me smack your ass.
Call me mommy, come on.
Lick my motherfucking foot. You don't get up until I tell you to. Yes. No, like, I have been like, I like the hair pulling very much. That is like my jam. I think like when, okay, this is gonna be like a little bit TMI, but I don't really care. Like when you want to pull away, but they don't let you pull away.
Fucking hot.
It is hot because that is definitely being dom, and I find that so attractive.
Yeah, beat my ass. Like, beat my ass.
I want you to like
365 days. If you have not watched 365 Days,
oh my god,
get on it.
It's spicy. And I think spicy is like underestimating this show.
Yeah,
I think there's like 3 of them. They're coming out with a 4th one. It's on Netflix, all 3 of them. Oh my god.
What's that other one? Oh, Sex Life is another good one.
Sex Life is so good. Oh, he was hot in it.
Yeah, Sex Life is a good one.
Yeah, that was such a good one. I was really bummed whenever it ended. I was like, that's not right. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, oh my gosh, there are Airbnbs that you can go to.
I see that.
I want to go.
I don't know how I feel about it though. Like,
I want to go.
Really properly clean.
I mean, I'll go. I'll bring my own cleaner and then I'll clean it all. But I would love to go. Just explore things.
What do you think about spitting?
Spitting where? Like, like mouth open? You're
yes. Like not even like not like Hawker, but like, okay, just picture like he's on top and like he has like thumb in your mouth and then he like does this and like spits. But it's not like a big like looky. It's like he's just like, yeah. No. I've had it done once and I honestly in the moment I was like, that's so fucking hot.
That's not where I want the spit to go.
Oh, it goes everywhere. But it goes everywhere, but I don't know. Have you never had that? Like I said, it only happened once, and in the moment it was hot. But now, if it was like a big old wet loogie or like a hawker or like a big old wad of spit, it would be different. But it wasn't like a lot.
I don't know if I could get down with that. Only because I feel like you're gonna piss me off. Just that you. Oh. Okay, wait. I think it has to be like with the right person, though. I feel like,
yeah,
like one where I feel like if it got to be too much, you can do like a safe word,
yes.
Like because I think at some point it can get too aggressive,
right? So it's like, okay, I'm actually not enjoying this anymore. Like
where it becomes a turn off.
Yes,
and then you just like dry up and you're like, I'm fucking out. I'm done.
Right. Definitely if it's like a first time or like you just met this person, a lot of this would not apply. Like you can smack my ass and like pull my hair a little bit, but if you're choking me out and slapping me across the face and I don't even fucking know your last name, like that's different.
I have a story I'll tell you when this is wrong. And it was horrible. I've never experienced anything like that before, and it was just awful.
Well, and I feel like some people, like, they try and be, like, over, like, masculine, and, like, they think it's hot,
Yeah.
but if you don't really know the person, it can be a little scary, honestly.
I kind of knew this person, but, like, thank God I dodged a bullet, because now, like, looking back and then reading all the stories about this guy, he's a real scumbag. And he did something that, like, haunts me to this day. But
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, talk about it later. So for me, I feel like it's got to be dealing with the right person.
Yes.
And I feel like but that's where, once again, I feel like that guy will pull you out of your masculine energy to put you in your feminine energy to make you feel comfortable about it.
Absolutely.
Which I'm not hearing that, though.
I hope that.
Yes.
Another fun question. Whenever you're talking to somebody, like you just start talking to somebody, how long do you usually make them wait before you have sex with them? Or it just depends on the person?
Okay. Whenever I was younger, I was actually, like, a little scared of, like, having sex. So it kind of, like, freaked me out, and I got, like, real, like, no,
Right.
like, real shy. And then, of course, like, guys would be like, oh, well, now it's just pissing me off. And it was like, well, sorry, like, sorry. But I think the older that I got, and I was, like, kind of exploring, like, my adult self.
Right, and what you like.
And I met guys, I think, I mean, I definitely got to know them first. Like, it was never, like, one night stand shit. So I would say maybe, like, a couple months, maybe a month. But I mean, then again, that is, like, definitely, like, a case by case thing.
Right.
Now it'd be different, like, if I was single now, but I knew someone for, like, a long period of time. Like, say, like, I knew him for, like, 2-3 years. I already know him. And, like, he's like, hey, you want to go out on a date? Okay, cool. And then we'll see where the night goes. If the night, like, falls into an end cap, yeah.
Okay.
Like, DTF. For sure. Like, because I'm already comfortable with you. I know who you are. I know how you are. I don't need to get to know you because I already know you.
Right.
So that is where it's different. Now, there were some instances, like, where, went to the bar and it was like, hey. But, like, nothing, like, we ended up, like, going back, but, like, nothing came about of it. So I was like, thank God. Like,
Right.
dodged a bullet on that. But, yeah, I think now that, like, I'm older, it's different. Like, I'd be like, okay.
I feel like, too, I don't want to say it's easier, but I feel like whenever you get older, you kind of know what you like and what you want. Because, like, before it was, like, you waited, like, 5 months.
Yeah.
5 or 6 months, because I wanted to know, like, genuinely who you were as a person, and to, like, I didn't want people to just be with me for sex.
Yep.
That
That's
was,
how I
like,
felt,
a
too.
huge thing.
Yeah, and I think another thing, like, with me, like, I'm definitely, like, at least, like, at this point in my life, I would be picky choosy about, like, who I would even, like, sleep with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, it wouldn't be just any random person. I would definitely have to be picky choosy.
Well, and I feel like, too, like, what qualities you want. Yeah, I feel like it's like, I want to say it's easier to date when you're older, but I know that it's not.
That narrows down.
It narrows down the list, because I feel like whenever you're younger, you're like, I don't really care. Like, we'll just see how it goes.
Oh, he's cute. Sleep with him.
Exactly. And then I just feel like whenever you get older, you're like, I don't like this quality, and I'm not gonna. If this guy has this quality on the first date, it's like a no go. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, it's just things like that.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah. You hear a lot of different answers to that. Some people are like, the first night, if it's a good date, I have never shamed people that do one night stands, but I have never had a one night stand, and I never anticipate to have a one night stand. Just because in the back of my mind, I'm like, they don't respect me. Like, is this the only reason why they came out on a date with me, is to have a one night stand?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You're gonna wait. You're gonna, like, marinate that shit.
Yeah, like, fucking earn it. Like, prove to me, like, what qualities you got. Like, because I'm not just gonna give the puss up. Sorry, but...
Yeah, this shit too good to be giving out on the first date.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want
I should be pissing gold.
Exactly. Get to know me and, like, my heart and all that stuff. Because it may not even line up, and then I just slept with you and you don't even want to be with me, so it's, you know what I mean? You're just wasting time at that point.
Yes. Yeah, my body count really is not that high anyways, so, because I've been so...
Okay, that's not horrible.
See, I like that. But the ones that they're like, oh, well, I lost track. Motherfucker, you know that's minimum 200. Like, why would you even...
Okay.
I just can't.
Here's another one. If you started talking to a guy and you really liked him, and he told you that his body count was over 60, would you still talk to him?
Yes. Oh, and I say that because, like, I know guys have more of a fun stage in their life, okay, compared to women, and I get that. But my stipulation on that, go get checked. Like, that's my stipulation, because I feel like if your body count's going to be high, you're risking yourself. And say, like, you like me a lot, don't risk me. Like, that's not cool.
Right.
And don't lie about something. Like, if you have an STD, like, be upfront, because no. I would probably kindly be like, I like you, but I can't, like, I cannot engage in that stuff.
I'm just
with
not
you.
ready to risk that.
No. And I would be a little bit more leery, being like, glove that shit.
Yeah, right.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love. Like, I can't. No, I just can't wrap my head around that. So,
It's a hard, like, question, because it's like, it's in their past, but at the same time, it just, like, brings up, like, self-respect. You know what I mean? Like, it comes into consideration, but also, like, I know people that also have high body counts that are respectful people.
yeah.
Just had that, like, party phase, and now they're, like, good people, which I'm not saying they weren't good before, but I don't know, it's just a hard one, because for me, it's like, mine's low, because I have a lot of self-respect. So, like, I was picky with the people that I was with prior, kinda.
Yep.
Not really, but
narrowed it down.
my husband I was picky on, and it paid off, but
oh god, there's some that I absolutely regret.
And that's the thing that I didn't want to lay in bed and be like, fuck, like, how did I sleep with 20 people, and, like, or be a person that's like, I don't even remember their names, or, like, I don't even remember sleeping with them, but I know that I did, or, like, I was so drunk I didn't want to have those, like, negative thoughts on my conscience.
I will say the ones that, like, I slept with, like, the guys that I slept with, I mean, I was with them for, like, a little while. Like, a good few months to, like, years. And then I got to know them prior to sleeping with them. And then some I knew, like, for years, didn't talk, and then reconnected, and then slept with them. Like, because I already, like, I knew them. Because I had friends with benefits. I mean, it was just a thing that, like, I did. But my friends with benefits was always with, like, the same guy. I never went from, like, guy to guy to guy to guy.
To different friends with benefits.
No, I had one friends with benefits, like, whenever I did have it.
Right.
Because I just didn't. And we actually talked about it. Like, it was one of those things where it was like, you don't call nobody else. I don't call nobody else. You want something, you call me.
It stays respectful, but the fact that it goes out of respect, or, like, you know it's done.
Yes. And I feel like we kept that pretty, because, I mean, he was calling me often. I mean, so it wasn't anything that, and I feel like with him calling me often, I feel like that's how I knew, like, we were only each other's.
Right.
I mean, he was...
You didn't only hear from him, like, once a month, only when you wanted some...
Yep. And he was very respectful about, like, everything. Like, made me feel comfortable, didn't make me feel, like, awful. like, was just compared to like what I was normally used to.
Right.
Yeah, it was. Which will make sense with what I'll explain to you later.
I'm excited, but at the same time, a little scared.
Oh, don't be scared.
I'll have to tell you my horror story too.
I've got
I got a lot more.
yeah. I can explain all about body counts. I can at least explain 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh. Well, that was really good. Wrap it up. You see, you have to go through all of that to get to the last bit of good fun.
Mike and Linda, you're still watching? Sorry.
No, if you're still watching, I done told you to turn this shit off. You should not even be at this point.
I'm
okay?
a good influence on your daughter.
They already know me. I'm my own influence. Can't tame me now. Oh my gosh. Well, Mariah, thank you so much for.
I had so much fun. This is a typical what our outings look like.
It literally is. Every time we go to dinner, this is what we talk about, like all kinds of stuff, all kinds of random stuff. Oh, maybe next time I need to bring the camera and we can just set it up like while we're drinking, like at Cedar Creek or something.
Yeah, it's almost that time for us.
It is. I know. I already went once this year, broke in the year. Went on a Taco Tuesday. Taco Pizza Tuesday.
Oh, shit.
It was so good. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, like I said, if you have any questions that you would like for us to ask, I will shoot my email down below and you can send it. If you would also like to be on the podcast, please shoot me an email and then we can get that going and figure out a date and time. Next it'll be episode 7. So I will get a new guest. I'm not sure when that one's gonna air. Probably give it a couple weeks. Actually, wait. Episode 7 is gonna be in a different setting. With a gal that I already had on the podcast. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be kind of like off hinge a little bit.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're gonna do a girls' weekend. So I was like, ooh, okay. Yeah,
well, that would be tea.
It'll be so much tea. Because we'll be drinking a lot more than what normally is here. And we'll be staying put. So
we should do a call her daddy like episode.
Call like actual.
Have you never seen Call Her Daddy podcast?
No.
They talk about just like inappropriate like girl stuff.
That's the episode that I want to do. We need to make it like
we need to get a few girls in here and just collab.
Totally got the girls for that.
It'll be explicit, but
got the girls for, and actually like before we even get started on that, I'll put out like a